Spacey Sims, and we're back with more Code Realize Guardian of Rebirth, and we're starting a new chapter. It's Negotiated Solution, I think. When I went back and saved it, that's what it said, I think. But anyway, new chapter. He runs with all his strength through an empty wilderness, a wasteland with no living thing in sight. He runs through a charnel field of death. Charnel field of death. I don't know what a charnel is, but okay. Of course it's Victor, because he can't breathe. The dense fog sticks to his body. He flings off the gas masks he's wearing and covers his pale face with his hands. Oh, why? How could such a thing? He has escaped from a mountain of corpses. Okay, so from that massive pile of unmoving bodies, what have I done? Is this like the past? Is this why he like ran from like the government? Because he is too soft-hearted and he killed a bunch of people and now he feels guilty. Like, look at the freaking clouds moving. They look so real. It's fucking weird. Unable to remain on his feet, he crashes to his knees. What cruelty! The scene is burned into his mind. What cruelty! Sounds like something out of Shakespeare. How up? That's thine cruelty! I don't know. I'm just throwing shit out there. A small child reaching out for help, then dying on the spot. That's gonna suck. It was nothing less than hell. And the person responsible for that hell is none other than himself. It's all my fault. He feels that his mind will break, faced with a truth that he cannot accept. Ah! He continues to scream until the rain that begins to fall drowns out every trace of his voice. Oh, he was dreaming, but I bet it was a dream based in reality. He bolts upright in his bed, his hands clenching the sweat-soaked sheets. A dream. His heart is hammering, seeming to echo loudly in the silence. So I also wonder then if we're on a path, so this is going to be fun to find out. Like, you know when we were alone in the lounge and then Victor comes in and is like, oh, are you still awake? I wonder if we're on a different path for a different guy, if that guy's the one who comes in. And I wonder then also if this part is that other person, is another person, or if it's always Victor. You know what I mean? Because like obviously the stuff with Van Helsing is probably always there because we have to deal with Delacroix and whatever. So, but I'm just wondering if these certain little scenes are different depending on the path you're on. I don't know. We'll see. His heart is hammering, seeming to echo loudly in the silence. He presses tightly against his chest and squeezes out a gasping statement. That's right. I can never be forgiven. Oh my God, they're all so tortured. Oh, my tortured little boys. That sounds terrifying. Just forgot I said that. A blue sky fills the window outside. Morning light lances between the clouds and caresses his face, and he turns away. Such a nice day. It's been about a week since the vampire Delacroix II joined us at the mansion. Even so, being on a kill-or-be-killed basis with him, we have yet to fully warm up to each other. Naturally, it isn't easy for our hearts and minds to close this gap between us. For now, the fact that he's stopped attacking innocent, unrelated people has been an adequate improvement for us. Cece, let's go get breakfast. Cece responds with enthusiasm. Of course he does, he's a dog. They sleep, they eat, they poop, and then they play. Later, Saint Germain has been helping us with the living expenses for the past few days. However, this is only temporary, and we're all determined to find a source of income. I'm telling you, I got a source of income, but it's probably gonna suck if we try to be a hooker, since we're gonna burn people's flesh off, but I'm just saying. I think Saint Germain should become a hooker, because he's pretty. Because I don't really think that, like, you know... I mean, well, Lupin could do it. I'm sure he could seduce the ladies. Impey would probably love it, because he's a man whore. I don't think Victor can handle it. And I think Van Helsing might stab somebody, so, you know. Lupin, Impey, Saint Germain, that's it. You're the man whores. Go out. Get some money. We all have our own ideas how to overcome this financial dilemma, like spending less or finding practical work. Bird, your toenails are killing me. Maybe I could start a side job at home to help everyone out. I have ideas about this, but because I have to wear gloves, I'm discouraged that I won't be able to do any detailed work. I touch my chest without thinking about it. The horologium. It acts as my heart and makes me a monster. Someday, will I someday be able to rid my body of the poison that flows through it? Monster! I can still vividly remember the words. Malice, hatred, hostility, and fear. I was attacked in the past by words that cut as sharp as knives, by emotions that penetrated as deeply as any bullet. Cece barks, and I return to the present. I love how they do that. Like, there's like no back. It's like the transparent, the checkerboard is like the transparent background that you have in like Photoshop. So you're like, is it supposed to be like that? He's looking up into my face as if concerned about me. No, I'm fine. Let's go, Cece. He barks heartily at this, making me smile, despite how I feel at the moment. Today's victuals have been as delicious as always, Impey. That's great to hear, but with only preserved food, the selection becomes really limited. Oh, are you unsatisfied with these results? The meals of late are far from boring as far as I'm concerned. It's a matter of principle. As a genius chef, I want to be able to provide a good variety of dishes. Since when have you been a genius chef? As I recall correctly, I thought you were a genius engineer. He's so jovial. It's the squinty eyes. It's the fact that he always has eyes closed. Like, open your eyes, Saint Germain. I really enjoy the meals you make for us, Impey. Thanks, but only amateurs wait for the audience to get tired before changing. A first-class chef must always be creative. I see. What do you think, Van Helsing? Oh, God, I can't help it. Every time he shows up, I'm like, I just want to fall off my bouncy ball. I look over at him and see that he hasn't touched much of his meal. I'm serious. If he just showed up at my door, I'd swoon. I mean, maybe not in a cartoon, it'd be weird. But, like, the human version, because you just, hi, like, I'm just going to fall out of my damn chair. Van Helsing, aren't you hungry? Don't mind me. You haven't been eating much lately. Have you tired of the taste already? Does my cooking bore you? No, it's all delicious. Flavors are so delicate that I still find it hard to believe that you were the cook. Is that a compliment or an insult? A compliment, obviously. It's the greatest praise I have to offer. Your appetite seems to have decreased since Delacroix came to the mansion. Are you worried about him? He looks away without another word. I can't help but clamp my mouth shut. I can't jump into whatever issues are between Van Helsing and Delacroix. Was it a mistake to invite the young vampire to our home without thinking about it? No, because hopefully he'll turn squishy and warm and he won't want to kill Van Helsing and we're saving our precious, precious Van Helsing! He hasn't appeared for breakfast again. I am worried about his condition. He seems to be eating. The plates I take up to his room are always cleaned off. I'm planning to take this morning's meal to his room again. I see. That's good to know. Does it make you feel better, Van Helsing? What? I didn't say anything. The problems with Delacroix aside. Victor, you've been awfully quiet. You look so serious, too. Do you have a stomachache or something? What? Who? Me? No, nothing's wrong. You do seem down, Victor. Really? Sorry if I seem that way. I don't feel sick or anything like that. Victor smiles while he says this, but he still seems to be a little out of it. It also seems that Lupin has been running around to a number of different places recently. I haven't seen him lately. We haven't had the opportunity for us to gather at the dining table together. We haven't all had the opportunity, sorry. Now that he mentions it, everyone has been busy with their own things, or has some sort of reason to be by themselves. I think the last time we were all present for a meal was before we started chasing Delacroix. I got it. Chef Impey shall lay out a great feast tonight. Why? Why, to raise the energy level around here. Stuffing yourself with good food makes anyone happy. I mean, that's true until you get on the scale the next day and then it makes you cry, but, you know. A feast? That may actually be a good idea. Cooking, sounds like a perfect way to blow off steam. Impey, let me cook too. The fact that they both cook is kind of hot, I'm not gonna lie. Sure, that's fine, but are you sure you can make anything that turns out to be edible? Who do you think I am? I know what I'm doing. Leave it to me. Who do you think I am? I think you're a guy who's really good with guns and fighting. That doesn't make you a chef. Although Impey is an engineer, doesn't make him a chef either, but... I see. I know she told me, but you really do love to cook, huh? I wouldn't have expected that of you at all. I'm looking forward to trying out dishes from both of you. Impey's sudden suggestion has cleared up the gloomy air surrounding the dining table, and a peaceful atmosphere comes in. And then we'll have Deli join us, and we'll all have a party. Impey mentions an unfamiliar name. Who's Deli? Oh, Delacroix. I got sick of saying his full name all the time, so I figure Deli works. Deli. I try it out. It is much easier to say than calling him Delacroix II all the time. Deli. I think that's a nice nickname that suits his adorable appearance. I love Saint Germain. Maybe it's just the way I read his shit. Oh my god, I just love him. He's just so crazy. You're like, you're so charmingly eccentric, and you're just, oh. I think it's really just the way he speaks. It's not even the way I say it. Oh god, it's funny. It's another matter entirely whether he likes the potential sobriquet? Something like that. I don't know. French. Yes, if Deli says it's okay, I think I'll start calling him that. Impey, you said you could create a feast earlier. Do you have the ingredients to complete a task like that? We are still in a poor financial state. If we don't have the money to spend, we won't be able to make a satisfying meal. These are tough times. You can stop worrying about money. Yay, it's Lupin! We turn around at the sudden comment. He's so pretty, too. I don't want to pack them all. Oh, hello, Lupin. Hey, guys. What's wrong with you all? You look like hell. Where have you been? Nobody's seen you for the past few days. We've all been worried. I had some things to deal with. Apologies for not telling you in advance. But here are the funds for our future activities. Lupin turns a hefty-looking bag over the table, and a mountain of bills falls out. Woohoo! Let's roll around in it. Lupin, where did you get all this? He sold himself. I told you he could make good money being a man whore. Oh my, that certainly is a heap of money. Just a bit of my handling fee. Oh, this is from a handling fee? I don't really have a good grasp of money yet, but is this much enough to solve our troubles? Our troubles are long gone. With this much, we could even buy ourselves an airship. An airship? I have no idea how much one of those would cost, but if Impey is this excited about it, they're probably very valuable. She's like, an airship, and I'm like, ooh, we should get one of those. Then our money problems are over. Seems that way. I see. That's great news. But, Lupin, this money, did you come by it honestly? Of course, mademoiselle. I swear on my name, Arsène Lupin. He smiles at me while he says this. And I didn't earn this money so we could spend it all on lavish things. Let's plan our expenditures more carefully from now on. I'm not going to reprimand you, no matter where that money came from. But you must have faced quite an opponent to get this. Something like that. Quite an evildoer indeed, who was quite loaded. An evildoer? Oh, wait, that's Impey. An evildoer? What sort of evil was he doing? Are you sure he won't come after us later? I wouldn't make a mistake against a small fry like that. Also, I have to make a formal report to someone about what I did. Does anyone have an idea where Delacroix the Younger is? I think Deli's in his room. I just came from there and he wasn't in. Damn, where could he be? Deli? Impey came up with that nickname. Oh, I like it. It suits a little kid like him. Well, if he's not here, I guess I'll go look for him. I'll help. I was going to take some breakfast to him. I'd already finished my own meal long before, so I stand and thank Impey for cooking it. As I'm clearing my plates, Saint Germain calls out to me. Oh, that's right. Miss Spacey, are you free this afternoon? Oh, they all want a piece of me. Today, I have time. Then would you accompany me shopping? I'd like to gather some good ingredients for our meal tonight. You need to leave the mansion once a day in any case. How about it? Helping him shop. That sounds like something I can do. All right, I'll come with you. I make plans for later with Saint Germain. Then Lupin and I split up to search for Deli. I knock on the door to the boy's room. There's no response. As Lupin said, he's not in his room. He doesn't seem to have returned either. The door isn't locked, but Saint Germain told me that it's rude to enter people's rooms without permission. While I was going through training, the Count taught me how to act like a proper lady while we walked around London. Going in without permission would be bad, so don't go in. I need to put his teachings in action. I nod to myself and get ready to leave. Get ready to leave. Maybe I should leave the food here. Perhaps Deli will come back while we're looking elsewhere. I decide to leave his breakfast by the door. Perfect. I gently place the tray next to the door so that it won't spill and head off. I wonder where he went. Saint Germain's mansion is very big. Even if we're in the same building, it's difficult to find someone here. Perhaps he's wandering aimlessly through the halls like I used to. I hope his breakfast doesn't get cold. Impey made such a delicious meal, so it would be best if he could eat it hot. So I'm guessing that as a vampire, he can actually eat food and not just blood, because that's just weird. But hey, whatever. Whatever floats in this universe, huh? As I'm thinking this... Hey, stop it! I hear Deli's voice. I go over to a nearby window. I said stop! It tickles! It tickles! Spacey is playing with Deli. Don't lick my face so much! You! That's fucking adorable. He looks like he's having fun. I look away and sigh softly. I'm glad. Deli's able to laugh. Oh, hold on, guys. I will be right back in a second and we'll finish reading this. Alright, guys. Sorry about that. Friend from work called. We had a meeting earlier today. She had to, cut out during part of it. So she was just calling to check on what happened. So anyway, I don't know how, but somehow this makes me feel like things will turn out all right. And suddenly, I remember the time I laughed and how everyone paid attention to me for it. That sounds so... I was thinking earlier when I was playing, I'm not sure if it was in the last part or earlier in this one, that I was, thinking to myself, I just like the fact that, yeah, she's got a little bit of naive in her because she doesn't know a lot of things, but she's not stupid. She's not vapid. She's not oh my God, ah! She's really a good character. And, yeah, she doesn't know a lot of things, so she has to ask questions, but that's part of the world building, And she's pretty strong. She'll be no, I'm going to fight. I'm going to learn how to do this. And, you're I kind of like that. She's not weak and pansy and, oh, I need a man to protect me. She's more I can kind of protect myself, but also at the same time, what the hell is an airship? So it's kind of there's this innocent, naive charm to her. But that was just that line, everyone paid attention to me when I smiled. I'm I know what they're trying to say, but it just came out so wrong. I know she's oh, everyone noticed when I smiled and it made them happy is basically kind of what we're getting at here, because that's what happened. But it just reads so funny, everyone paid attention to me when I smiled, and you're oh, honey. Oh, God, that's funny. I love it. I love it. I really do. Anyway, maybe they all felt like I do now. Okay, so see, there you go. She's thinking oh, that makes me feel happy. See, I knew that's what we were getting at, but it just sounded so funny. I keep this thought in mind and head over to the garden, filled with a strange joy. Oh, he's smiling. Fine, very well. You may serve under me. Isn't it an honor? Oh, you have potential obeying me without resistance like this. I shall give you the highest seat in my army of darkness. Army of darkness? Look at him. He jumps back at the sound of my voice and takes a fighting stance. But this is pretty much how talking to him always goes, so it doesn't faze me anymore. What do you want? I see you and Spacey have become friends. It's none of your business. But fellow's name is Spacey? Yes, Impey named him. Impey, the red-headed man who appears to have the lowest intellect of the bunch. Oh, snap! Burn! That was great. Ashamed to think that named you. Impei is actually pretty impressive, but so many people underestimate him. By the way, why does Spacey have a mechanical leg? It's because someone hurt him before Impei found him. Impei built him that leg so he could walk normally. Deli looks sadly at Spacey. They would go so low as to harm a life that possesses no threat to them. Humans are indeed a garbage race. Actually, I'm pretty sure it was vampires. No, I'm just kidding. But humans have given Spacey a new home and are taking care of him now. I think that there are many different kinds of people. Not all of them are bad. And what have you come here for? I didn't want you to get hungry, so I brought breakfast to your room. But you weren't in, so... Breakfast. I see. All right. Yes. He was laughing so easily earlier, but his voice stiffens when talking with us. There's nothing I can do about it, but it makes me angry somehow. Oh, there you are. I've been looking for you. Lupin appears, breaking the silence. I have a souvenir for you. Souvenir? You aren't holding anything. Oh, excuse me. Lupin takes a large square of cloth from a pocket and lays it out on the ground. He slowly pinches it and then lifts it up. Oh my god, he's doing a magic trick. I fucking love it. Oh my god. Oh my god, he's doing magic. And now there's a small suitcase sitting where the cloth had been. What? You're some kind of wizard? Unfortunately, I'm just a gentleman thief. This was a trick. Look at his... Look at that, like, hi, I'm a gentleman thief. Love it. Deli looks at him, his eyes wide as Lupin opens the suitcase. Pay attention to what's inside. You'll be surprised. What is this about? Deli turns his attention to the suitcase, sounding offended by Lupin's attitude. Inside the suitcase is... Those are the treasures of the vampires that I was supposed to take back. The case is filled with beautiful pieces of artwork and gems, all packed in next to one another. You had them all this time? Give them back! They belong to my people! Yes, I know. I stole all of these for you. Stole? Lupin shrugs and pushes the suitcase towards the boy. Deli accepts it and looks back at Lupin, seemingly in shock. I never steal for myself. I do it for others. I just found where your treasures were kept and picked them up. I looked into it, and the people who owned these items were all making dirty money. It felt good to steal from them. I fucking love Lupin. What is the meaning of this? I have no way of repaying you for these. Even as he says this, he pushes the suitcase behind him with one foot, as if it truly is important to him. Don't worry, I'm not going to take them back. I've already been paid handsomely by the folks I stole these from. Oh, the handling fee you mentioned. Wait. I stole them from someone and took a handling fee. I don't think that's how it works. That's not how the Robin Hood thing works. That's not how any of this works. It's like those old ladies. I'm like, it's my wall. Don't you like my wall? And the lady's like, I like that one. And the other lady's like, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. That's how I feel right now. I feel like that old lady. That's not how any of this works. It's cute, though. It's adorable. Exactly. How do you like it, Sir Delacroix? This is how a real thief gets things done. Lupin spins once, then gives the boy a graceful bow. He's so flamboyant. I'm not going to thank you. I should be thanking you. Going after these artifacts allowed me to earn a huge amount of money in a way I view ethical. I steal money and shit from dirty people. It's still... Okay. All right. You know what, Lupin? You're too cute. You whatever. Honey, whatever works for you, sweet cheeks. Whatever works for you, baby. I see. So it's Deli who's to thank for getting you to take the action. Hold on. You can't be possibly calling me Deli, can you? I will not be referred to by such a ridiculous name. Delacroix II is a mouthful. It's not making fun of you. It's a step toward a true friendship. What do you say? You don't like it? Of course not. Suddenly, Deli's stomach rumbles. Oh, I left some breakfast by the door to your room, if you want it. I don't need breakfast. Deli starts running back to the mansion, then turns back to us. I will not thank you. I'm not indebted to you at all. He's so fucking, like, angry and cute. You're like, look, he's like an angry little muffin. Lupin shrugs as we watch Deli run off. Lupin, thank you. Huh? There's no reason you should be thanking me. What's this about? See, this is where you just grab him and kiss him, but we can't do that because we'd burn his face, and that would just be terrible. But see, I would not be good at having poison coursing through my body because I would end up killing them all. I'd be like, I can't help it. You're all too cute. Anyway, I'm just speaking on Deli's behalf. Lupin smiles and walks back to the mansion. You know, for someone who was like, I'm here to steal your heart. Like, I mean, obviously he meant literally, like the thing on my chest. He was like, oh, huh, and he walks away from us too much instead of trying to flirt with us. I know it's because he's going to be that fifth path, but I turn to Spacey, who is lying down quietly. Spacey, do you want to go see Deli with me? Spacey wags his tail and looks at me. I'm happy you've made a new friend. Spacey barks energetically. That's true, because he hates everybody else in the house. It's kind of funny. Vegetables, meat, and seasoning. We've got the mechanical party Impey asked for. Oh, the mechanical part Impey asked for, as well as the chemical Victor wanted. Phew! It looks like we finally have everything we need. As promised, the Count and I went into town that afternoon. Are you sure you can carry all of that? I can take some of those. This is nothing. You're already carrying something for me. Well, yes, but I'm holding only a small paper bag with 2 apples inside. So fucking 2 apples! I shouldn't laugh. I literally bought 2 apples at the grocery store. I didn't want them to go bad. You know, figure I might not get to eat them all. The Count is holding 5 large bags filled with meats and produce in each arm. It must be heavy. Really, I'll take some. No need. It's a matter of etiquette for a lady to allow a man to have his moment of glory. I nod reluctantly at Saint Germain's picture-perfect smile. I wonder how much weight he's carrying in each arm. It must take an immense amount of strength. I look at my own 2 hands. I wonder if I'd be able to handle that. Van Helsing did say that I was unbelievably fast and hardy during our training. Count, I'd really like to try. As I'm turning to him to say this, I see a boy selling papers to people around him. Extra, extra, read all about it! How cliche. The boy steps in front of us and holds up one of the papers he's hawking. I wonder if something big has happened. I'm curious, so I look at the paper. The headline makes me gasp the moment I see it clearly. Violent terrorist Victor Frankenstein attempts bombing passenger train. Military technology advisor Finnis stops would-be attack in its tracks. May have been target of assassination attempt. I see that the government has stepped up their search efforts in the hunt for Dr. Frankenstein. But Victor would never try to destroy a train with people on board. He did disconnect the cars, but this seems over the top. We need to come up with some countermeasures. We need to head back and tell the others. You're right. We've finished up our shopping here. Shall we be heading back? Saint Germain smiles his usual smile and begins walking in the opposite direction of the mansion. Count, what's the matter? You're going the wrong way. We're being followed. What? There are 3 of them. It seems they're highly trained. Twilight, no doubt. Twilight is here? Yes, but try not to give away that we've noticed them. Let's let them follow us for a bit and grow complacent. Come, Miss Spacey, let's go. Oh, right. The Count begins walking, and I hurry to catch up. Oh my god. I knew this was gonna happen! I was like routing about, and I'm thinking, oh god, someone's gonna chase us. We have a rare opportunity for some hands-on training here. Let's make sure not to let it go to waste. You want to train me? Now? Indeed. From this point on, the danger that you'll encounter can only grow. In order to increase your survival rate in situations such as these, a training session that is just a touch too dangerous fits the bill perfectly. I nod, trying to keep my pace even with his. But don't fret. At the very least, I will be sure to protect you should anything happen here. Now, how should you act in this situation? What should I do? Keep walking down the main street. I don't think we should run into a back alley. There's people on the street where a back alley wouldn't have many people. I I wouldn't do anything. I'd keep walking down a busy street. And why is that? Victor said so too. Twilight agents work in the shadows. They don't come out in the open unless it's absolutely necessary. So they wouldn't attack on a busy street like this one. Also, it's easier to hide among a crowd. That's exactly what I was thinking. Not about the Twilight thing, but just more people. It's easier to, yeah. Very good. I say that answer deserves a passing mark. Is that the right answer then? No, unfortunately, there is no right answer to this question. Saint Germain suddenly tosses his bags aside and takes my hand. This way, Miss Spacey. The moment he pulls me away, a sharp spear thuds into the ground where I had been standing just a second ago. I can't believe they'd throw a weapon into a crowd like this! The people around us begin to notice that things are amiss, and confusion spreads. Before we can move, the Twilight soldiers are ready to strike again. Let's retreat for now, into that alleyway. But what about our shit? As the crowd grows louder, I run into a nearby alley, Saint Germain right behind. When the enemy throws come and sends out the window, sensible tactics no longer prove effective. Remember this, there is no such thing as certain victory anywhere humans are involved. I understand. I turn away from him, ready to start running again, but my feet come to a halt. There are several Twilight soldiers standing before us with swords drawn. As I suspected, it was a trap to lure us away from the main street. Their tactics are very by the book. He says this softly and with a smile as if this all falls in line with his predictions. Yeah, but we're gonna die. He obviously has a plan, but several of the men take cautious stances. There's no room to run in the narrow alley. Just as Lupin and Van Helsing taught me, I quickly check my surroundings. Saint Germain, I can buy us some time in this restricted space. I have a small smoke bomb in my pocket. Victor had given it to me just in case something happened. I close my hand around it as I continue. I'll distract them. Can you get past them and get help from the others? Oh, so you're telling me to desert you and flee. Their objective is to capture me, but they might kill you. I appreciate your concern, but don't worry. These men are incapable of killing me. What? Without holding a single weapon, Saint Germain steps in front of me. Is he a vampire? The Twilight soldiers hold up their swords threateningly. Count, watch out! When he laughs, I'm sort of It's a very delicate situation. I don't know why I didn't think of the Count Sesame Street thing before. The instant I shout this, a large wooden box slams into one of the soldiers from the side. He careens into another soldier, and they both go down. The Twilight troops respond quickly. The other soldiers spin around and disappear into the darkness of the alley. The fallen soldiers are up in an instant and follow the rest. Retreat if an encounter introduces an unknown element. It seems their fear of being caught and possibly disclosing information is greater than their desire to capture us. But what just happened? A new figure appears from around the corner as if waiting for a cue. Sherlock Holmes? Ha! I knew it wasn't one of our guys, and he's the only person who would save us! Although it is pretty funny that he's got, like, the girliest ponytail ever. Long time no see, my lady. I'm glad you weren't hurt. You? Oh, do you know one another? Not really. He's the mystery man who got in the way of our plan to capture Finis. Lupin had a really tough time with him. So you speak of me as if I'm a villain. You speak of me as if I'm a villain. Here in this situation, I should be seen as the hero who saved you. Thank you, I guess. I see. How funny that we encounter you here again. It's as if you'd been following us to begin with. I'll leave that to your imagination. But why did you save us? You were trying to stop us before. It's a detective's job to prevent crime, is what I like to say. But I'm actually off duty right now. It wasn't work that motivated me to act. If I may also add, does a gentleman need a reason to come to a lady's rescue? I see. He continues speaking without hesitation. Sherlock Holmes suddenly stops to take a breath and faces us. Now, as this gentleman is no doubt already aware, it's no coincidence that I'm here. I was following both of you and those who left us just now. I see. So you were following Twilight, who was following us. We had two tails. Indeed, there are many things I'd like to ask those Twilight folks. But first, you two. Sholmes makes a gesture to indicate that he is thinking. Within the past few days, a number of treasures said to have been owned by vampires were stolen, along with a fortune. The items were stolen using brilliant techniques. This was the work of your friend Lupin, wasn't it? My eyes dart about at this unexpected question. If someone like Sholmes finds out it was Lupin's doing, then he's going to be caught. I take a few deep breaths. I calm myself down so that I can keep a cool demeanor while we speak. And then, I haven't the faintest idea what you're talking about. My words tumble out awkwardly. You're a poor liar. Your genuine nature is one of the best things about you, but I must eventually teach you how to conceal your thoughts. Please do. While our conversation remains light, Saint Germain gently moves in front of me as if to protect me. Yes, because he's our wover. One of our wovers. Also, it's really funny that his cape is like a half cloak. It's kind of interesting. Anyway, and now that you know this fact, what are you going to do with us? I don't intend to do anything. This was simply to confirm facts. I would have been fine if you denied it. But this young lady here, now that I think on it, I was never properly introduced. Since we've been happily reunited, it would please me to know your name. Spacey? Since I have no reason to turn him down, I simply state my name. He tweaks his mouth as if chewing on something and nods, seemingly satisfied. I've committed your name to memory. Thank you, Spacey. Fucking weird. I mean, yeah, eventually you should memorize the people's name that you're going to talk to. He's an oddball, but I like him anyway. Back to what we have been talking about. If the culprit of those thefts is one of your friends, for now you're not my enemy. As I said earlier, I'm off duty right now. Just an average citizen enjoying his day off. You say, for now, which means there may be the possibility that you will become our enemy in the future? Yes, we'll be enemies starting tomorrow morning, to be exact. I've received requests to assist Scotland Yard, as well as one from the military. It seems the British government is sparing no expense in attempting to capture the violent criminal Victor Frankenstein. There is permission to kill him on the spot if it becomes necessary. Oh no. No! Twilight and the military have quite similar tactics. Whose request are you going to accept? I will always stand by the law, even if the law is unjust. That is how we maintain order in society. I will stand by the law, even if it's unjust. That's some fucked up shit. Although I have yet to find out their true intentions, I will gladly cooperate with them if it means the law is upheld. Ha ha ha. Your philosophy on justice is the polar opposite of Lupin's. Arsène Lupin, a gentleman thief who adheres to his own definition of justice. If we allow his methods to continue and the masses emulate his ways, I believe it will leave us with chaos. Lupin wouldn't do something like that. I wonder, whatever the result, a crime is a crime. Either way, I just wanted to give you a warning. A warning? Yes, if I'm forced to seriously come after you, I will uncover your location and your schemes in no time flat. I suggest that you leave Britain as soon as you can. I see. There may actually be another option. Saint Germain glances over at me and relaxes. But I'll refrain from that one. You did save our lives. I will take your warning to heart. He was going to kill him? Like, there may be another option. I'm just going to kill you. Like, oh, damn, Saint Germain. I wasn't expecting that from you because he's so docile and everything is great and I just stabbed a man. Fuck him. Sholmes nods. Then, if you'll excuse me, the next time we meet, it will be as enemies. Don't take it personally. With this, Sholmes leaves us. What an unexpected encounter. Yes. I like the fact that we are technically, I mean, nobody that we're with is really bad, but then again, Lupin is a thief, even though he tries to do it justly. He's still a thief. And Victor really didn't, I mean, maybe he did kill all those people, but I don't really think he intended to, and it was really one of those like, look, I created this cool, oh my god, you used it as a bomb! You know what I mean? Like, I think that's happened a lot. And like, Van Helsing murdered a lot of vampires, but if you think about it, it's kind of like they've all done terrible things, but at the same time, it's like That was kind of like, you're like, I'm doing my job. Oh my God, you use my shit as a. Oh, well, I'm stealing things, but I'm doing it like for the right reason. But it's like, there's a good and bad. And I kind of like the fact that they do this. It's not all black and white. It's not like, they're evil. It's like, well, he's stealing, but it's kind of for a good reason. And he's doing that. And like, Sherlock Holmes is being a dick, but at the same time, he believes in justice. But I will do anything the law says, even if it's wrong. Even if the law is being unjust, it's still the law. So, well, that's kind of fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, every one of them has like this, like, they're good and bad. It's like this little ball of like, I can't figure it out. So complex. I love it. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this part up here. And then we'll continue. I'm not sure. We might just pop back into the mansion in the next like sentence or two, but I don't want to go too long, only because I had to like stop recording and start recording again because of the phone call. So I'm not really. Let me if I can do the math. Yeah, we're about like 40 minutes, so that's a good of places I need to stop. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.